Okay, so get this. Someone sent us this blog post, and it's basically a fish keeping mystery, like in real time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's from a blog called keoneng.org, Notes on Fish Keeping.
Okay.
And it's written by someone named Eng who calls themselves an old software plumber.
Interesting. Software and fish keeping. That's a cool combo.
I know, right? I thought that's pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
And the post we're looking at today was just published today,
Oh, wow.
January 10th, 2025, so hot off the presses. So Eng is looking for this fish, and it's just labeled Asst Cichlid, and they're trying to figure out, like, what it actually is.
Asst Cichlid. That's not very helpful, is it? Sounds like a fun puzzle, though. Especially
Yeah.
with cichlids. They're so diverse, it can be tough to tell them apart sometimes, just from a photo.
Totally. And that's what Eng is dealing with. They even put a photo in the blog post.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but so we can actually see this mystery fish.
Wow.
Based on their research online, Eng thinks it might be some kind of Assst Peacock Cichlid,
Ah, peacock cichlids.
but they're not totally sure.
Yeah, peacock cichlids are really popular. They're beautiful fish, especially the males. The colors are amazing.
Right.
So I can see why Aang might think it's one just from looking.
Exactly. So we've got this, like, unidentified fish situation going on. But hold on. It gets even more interesting.
Oh.
Aang is thinking about putting these Asst cichlids into their outdoor ponds, but they're not sure if they have a breeding pair. And that's, like, really important for cichlids, right?
So yeah, absolutely. Especially in a pond. Having a breeding pair, or even better, multiple pairs, will really increase your chances of having them, well, breed.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
Successfully. No.
Makes total sense. And Aang even mentions that they're not even sure if the fish they saw are male or female.
Wow, so they're really doing their homework before jumping in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They are not messing around.
Yeah.
And, speaking of being careful, Aang also brings up how much these Asst cichlids cost.
Oh yeah, cost is always a factor.
Yeah, they're going for MYR 12 per fish, and they think that's a little pricey, especially if they need to buy a bunch.
Right, that makes sense. The price of cichlids can vary a lot. It really depends on the species and even the colors. MYR 12 might be okay for some of the more common types, but if it's a rare peacock cichlid, it could be way more than that.
Wow. Yeah, that's good to know. So, okay, we've got this mystery fish, the breeding pair question, and the whole cost thing, right?
Right.
But here's where it gets kind of crazy.
Okay.
Aang actually thought about getting just one fish to see if it would survive in their pond.
Interesting. Almost like a little experiment.
Exactly, like testing the waters.
Yeah.
But then they decided not to do it, and they don't really say why.
Oh, that's interesting.
I know, right? It's like they hit a fork in the road. We don't know which way they went.
It makes you wonder why not. There's so many things to think about, not just if the fish can survive.
Yeah.
Like, is it ethical to put just one fish into a place where it might not be happy?
That's a really good point.
And what about the long term? One cichlid all alone. It's a lot more than just tossing a fish into a pond and seeing what happens.
Yeah, you're right. It's making me think about fish keeping in a whole new way. Like, it's not just about buying fish and putting them in water. It's like a whole responsibility thing.
Absolutely. Aang's post might seem like it's just about figuring out what kind of fish this is,
Right.
but it really shows how complicated things can be. Like, you're managing a whole ecosystem,
Yeah, you're right. That's crazy.
and you've got to be responsible for these animals.
Absolutely. Speaking of responsibility, I keep thinking about how Aang wanted to get just one fish to test things out.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like a tiny version of this whole big dilemma,
Yeah.
On the one hand, they'd get some info before going all in,
Mm.
but then what about that one fish? Is it fair to it?
Yeah, it's a tough ethical question.
It really is. I'm glad Aang decided not to do it. It shows how much they're thinking about everything.
Definitely. It's more than just getting a cool new fish.
Totally.
Yeah.
And even if that fish did okay, doesn't mean a whole bunch of them would.
Exactly. Cichlids can act totally different depending on how many there are, who they're with, and if they have mates or not.
Wow, so many things to think about.
It is, isn't it? Cichlids are fascinating.
I'm hooked. Ready to see where Aang takes us next.
Lead the way. Let's dive into part 2.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so we're back. And still diving into Aang's, Asst Cichlid journey.
Right.
One thing that really stuck with me was when they mentioned those ponds. I'm curious, what kind of setup are we even talking about?
Yeah, that's a good question. Aang uses the plural, ponds.
Right.
So it's probably not just like one little pond in their backyard.
Hmm.
Maybe it's like a whole system of ponds.
Oh, interesting.
Could be for different types of fish or different water conditions. Who knows?
And these are outdoor ponds. Yeah, it's not like a tank you have inside.
Totally. That makes things even more complicated.
Also?
Well, with an outdoor pond, you've got the weather to deal with, like changes in temperature, sunlight, even rain.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
All that stuff can affect the fish.
For sure.
Aang has to think about if those ponds are even good for cichlids in the first place,
Right.
let alone a specific kind like peacock cichlids.
That's a good point. And what about other fish?
Oh, yeah, that's important too.
What if there are already fish in the ponds?
Exactly. You can't just throw new fish in without thinking about the ones that are already there.
Right, it could mess things up.
Yeah, you could upset the balance.
Mhm.
Plus, cichlids, especially some peacock cichlids, they can be pretty territorial.
Oh, so they might fight with the other fish.
Yeah, they might compete for food, space, you name it. Some of them can get aggressive,
Wow.
could even hurt the fish that are already in there.
So it's not as easy as just getting some pretty fish and putting them in a pond.
Nope, not at all.
You're right.
It's a lot more complicated.
This is making me realize there's so much more to fish keeping than I thought. It's like you're responsible for a whole little world.
Exactly. Aang's post is about more than just finding out what fish they have.
Yeah.
It shows how you have to think about the whole ecosystem,
Yeah, that's amazing.
or how to be a responsible fish keeper.
Totally. Okay, I have to bring this up again. Remember how Aang was going to get just one fish?
Yeah, the little experiment.
Yeah. It's like this tiny example of the bigger problem, isn't it?
Definitely.
Like, sure, you get some info, but what about that poor fish?
That's the ethical question, isn't it?
It really is. Is it fair to that fish?
Yeah, to put it in a place that might not even be good for it.
Right, right.
Just to see what happens.
Exactly. Honestly, I'm kind of relieved Aang didn't do that.
Yeah, me too.
It shows they're thinking things through,
For sure.
not just going after the newest, coolest fish.
Right, right.
And even if that one fish did okay, it doesn't mean a bunch of them would.
No, definitely not. Cichlid behavior can change a lot.
How so?
Well, depends on how many there are in the pond, like, are they crowded? And who they hang out with. If they have mates, all that stuff matters.
So many factors. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
It is. Okay, so we've talked about the ponds and the other fish and being ethical.
Right.
But I want to know more about cichlids themselves. Why is Aang so into them? What's so special about these fish?
Well, first of all, there are tons of different kinds of cichlids.
Really?
Hundreds of species. Each one is different, looks different, acts different.
Wow.
The colors are amazing, the patterns, all sorts of shapes. It's like a rainbow of fish.
That's so cool. I can see why people love them.
Yeah, they're really beautiful.
Yeah.
Plus, some cichlids are pretty smart.
Smart, really.
Yeah, and they have personalities, like individual personality. It's true. Some, like the peacock cichlids, they have these crazy mating rituals.
No way.
Yeah, and they have their own social structures, like little societies in the tank.
That's incredible.
It is, right?
Yeah.
So they're not just pretty to look at, they're fascinating to watch, how they behave.
Like a whole underwater world you can explore.
Exactly.
Like that Aang loves that. They seem like someone who likes to figure things out.
Yeah, definitely. With cichlids, you can learn so much.
Yeah.
It's not just about how they look, it's about how they act, how they breed, everything.
So it's a hobby that makes you think, too.
Totally. You can use your brain and enjoy the beauty at the same time.
That's awesome. Okay, so we've got these awesome fish. Aang's got their ponds. But there's all this stuff to think about.
Right.
It's like a big test for them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Aang's whole fish-keeping philosophy is being put to the test.
I like that. It's more than just a story about getting a fish.
Exactly. Aang is really thinking about what it means to be a good fish keeper.
And being willing to, like, pause and think about what might happen, good or bad.
That's so important.
Yeah. You know, I think that's a lesson for everyone.
For sure.
Not just fish keepers, but anyone making choices that affect other living things.
Absolutely. Whether it's plants or animals, we have to be mindful of our impact.
You're right.
So, ready to see how Aang wraps this all up?
Yeah, let's dive into the last part and see what Aang decided to do.
Yeah.
So we've made it to the end of Aang's Asst Cichlid adventure. We've got the mystery fish, the whole breeding pair thing, those outdoor ponds, and even all those ethical questions.
Right. It's been quite a journey.
It really has.
Yeah.
So what happened? What did Aang decide?
Well, that's where things get a little unexpected.
Oh,
Aang doesn't actually give us an answer.
what do you mean?
The blog post, it just ends. Aang says, I did not pursue this option on that particular day. And that's it.
Oh, wow, really? No big reveal.
Nope. No, I found out what fish it is. Or I got a bunch of cichlids. Just that one sentence.
That's interesting.
It is, isn't it? But I think that's kind of the point.
What do you mean?
Well, Aang's blog post, it's like real life fish keeping, you know? It's
Okay.
not always about finding the perfect answer or buying the coolest fish.
Right.
Sometimes it's about realizing there's more to learn, more to think about, and it's okay to just like wait.
I see what you're saying. It's like Aang realized maybe they shouldn't rush into anything.
Exactly, even if they were super excited about it at first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It shows how much Aang has grown as a fish keeper.
How so?
Well, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement, especially with a cool fish like a peacock cichlid.
Oh, yeah.
But Aang took the time to think about everything and realized maybe now isn't the right time.
That's really responsible of them.
It is, right.
Yeah, for sure. It's like they're teaching us a lesson.
What kind of lesson?
Like, be patient, do your research, really think things through before you make a decision, especially if it involves, living things.
Absolutely. It's a good reminder for all of us.
It is. And you know what? Even though we don't know what happened to the Asst cichlid,
Yeah,
I still feel like we learned so much from this deep dive.
me too.
We learned about cichlids, what it takes to keep them, and how to be responsible for them.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe Aang will write more about this someday.
Oh, I hope so. Maybe they'll even tell us what kind of fish it was.
That would be great.
It would. But even if they don't, we can take what we learned and use it in our own lives.
Absolutely, whether we keep fish or not.
Right. It's about making good choices, thinking about the consequences.
And realizing that sometimes waiting is the best choice.
That's a really good point.
Oh,
Okay, so as we wrap things up here, I
yeah.
want everyone listening to think about something.
Okay.
When you make a choice, any choice, big or small, do you stop and think about it?
Yeah.
All the different sides, what could happen, the long-term effects?
Those are important questions.
They are. Or do you just jump in without really understanding what you're getting into?
It's easy to do that.
It is. But it's never too late to take a step back, look at things again, and make a choice that feels right, a choice you can be proud of.
Well said.
And that's it for this episode of The Deep Dive.
See you next time.
Stay curious, everyone, and keep exploring. Every deep dive, whether it's about fish or something totally different, it's a chance to learn, grow, and understand ourselves and the world around us a little bit better.
I love that. Keep diving up, everyone.
Bye for now.